What is going on, friends, and welcome back to the Minecraft Hub channel. Today we are checking out village transformations, and this is one of my favorite things to watch in Minecraft. Just a nice time lapse where a village is taken to a whole new level. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well so you can check out all the rest of our Minecraft content. Also, all the links to the videos we are featuring today are down in the description below, so you guys can go and check them out for yourself. First up today, we are checking out a YouTuber by the name of Cortazarino, and we've actually featured him before for some of his mega bases. He's definitely an incredible builder, and this village transformation is no different. This thing is absolutely incredible. It looks amazing. This windmill especially is a very cool looking build. Everything is tied in together too. He uses some different blocks in the roofs to kind of make it look like an empirical village. Some great farmland as well. This is really one of the best village transformations out there. He decided to build this whole thing in a medieval style, which I think is a great fit for villages. They can't even do redstone, so they really are in kind of a medieval time period of their life, and so I think medieval builds for villages especially look amazing. Especially since he's also built a few castles in his time, so they'll definitely fit in with all those other builds as well. I also love all the different colored roofs and the different shapes that I used. It ties the whole build together without actually copy and pasting the builds, so it makes it look like a lot of variety in this village and very nice looking. The next transformation we are checking out is from Minecraft Fantasy Builds, and that is a great channel name for this build. This thing looks absolutely amazing. I think the roofs of this build are really my favorite part, especially with the use of fence gates as just a little detail to kind of break the roof up. I think that looks absolutely amazing. Definitely some different uses of chimneys here than I've seen before. Really a lot of very cool little details throughout this whole thing. It's also complete with a wall, which I think is really cool as well, having a defense wall around the whole place, and it's all broken up into different sections of logs, which I think is very fitting for this type of build. This village also has a different building for every single profession in Minecraft. I don't actually remember how many that is, but it is a lot of buildings, and they did a great job of actually making each build specific to that type of villager, which I think is one of the coolest parts of this build. They do a show of every single villager building that they did, so if you guys want some ideas of how to recreate one of these builds for yourself, definitely go and check out this channel in the description below so you can see how they transformed each of the builds. This village also has a beautiful river running through it, as well as some great farmlands, which also tie the village together very nicely. Definitely a great use of some open spaces while still getting all the buildings they needed in here. Next up, we are checking out a transformation from Andy is Yoda, and he has a ton of different transformations on his channel. He actually did this with a few friends of his, and this transformation is especially cool because it went through 7 different steps. So he does a 7 upgrade series on his channel, and this was one of the upgrades that he did. The first one, he added some paths. The second one, he transformed some of the buildings, and so on until the final step they had a grand village that looks very beautiful. I think this video is great for showing exactly what kind of steps go into the process of transforming one of these villages, and Andy is Yoda's channel is actually super helpful for building in general. He does a ton of different building tips. He has his own 5x5 system, which is great for learning how to build certain ways, and I think he is really one of the best tutorial builders out there. This village transformation though is absolutely huge. They did a huge area with the walls. There's some watchtowers around the whole thing. They ended up adding in a ton of animals and a ton of farmland on the outside as well, which looks amazing. They also built a huge water tower and things like that. There are just a ton of small details throughout this whole thing that look really good and really brought this whole build together. The next village transformation is from Family Craft Dad, and switching up kind of the plains theme, we are looking at a savanna transformation. I think this one is especially great because this one not only is in a different biome, but is also in a completely different style of transformation than what we've looked at so far. They decided to really work with the land on this one, and since there's sort of a U-shaped mountain behind where this village originally was, they went ahead and leveled out some of the original buildings that were there, and then started work on this super cool looking 3-story combined village on the side of this mountain. There's also some farmland on top where they have room for animals, and I think this whole build came together super nicely. Of course, using a lot of the acacia blocks still, all that different types of red wood, and combining in some plants and things like that as well to really bring the build together. The pathways on the outside of course look great, and I think this is really one of my favorite village transformations just because of how different it is. I also really love all the use of reds and yellows in this build. It really goes nicely with all the acacia wood that they have here, and I think it really makes the build a little bit better having that pop of color that just combines so nicely with the surrounding landscape. Next up we have a village transformation from Mythical Sausage, and he also decided to do all villager professions as well, which I think is great because if you're going to do a village transformation, why not have every single villager that you can? I of course have a trading hall in my own world where I can trade with the different types of villagers, but I think actually having all these separate buildings and being able to trade with those villagers and those professions in those buildings would be so much cooler than just stacking them all into one room in your base. This build features a ton of different styles of buildings which I think look really amazing. There's different types of chimneys, the roofs are all different as well, and I think this is a really good build for all the variety that it has in it. Mythical Sausage also did a great job of all the detailing with the landscape. As you can see right here, he's doing all the pathways around the whole place, adding in some farmland directly next to the paths and behind some of the buildings, which I think looks amazing. He of course has a town square as well, as you can see in the center there where he's got a little type of fountain. I think it's a great place where you kind of have the villagers an area to congregate, even if you're not letting them out of the houses necessarily, but just having that area there because it kind of completes the look of the village. Even in these standard Minecraft villages, there is that area where there is a well or maybe even the villager bell. Next up we are checking out a transformation from Known God, and I think this one is really cool with all the detailing and landscaping. As you can see on the sides here, there's tons of different bushes, flowers, some custom trees as well, and the pathway even has a lot of detailing as well, featuring like 5, 6, 7 different blocks in there, so it's really cool looking. He's also got an area with market stalls, which I think is a great addition to a village. Of course, if they're going to be trading with each other, or if you even want to trade with them, having a market stall where all your villages are would be a super cool look. The builds especially are very cool as well. Most of them built out of this same type of materials that you would find in a normal Minecraft village, but with some added details like trapdoors and fences and things like that that really make the build stand out. He also of course changed up the roofs and the different types of buildings that are here, making it very cool looking. Of course some giant farmland and a beautiful looking windmill to really complete this build. One of my favorite parts of this video though is the flyover that he does here with the before and after images of exactly what everything was in this village before he transformed it. And it really shows how much work he put into this. All the buildings are completely different, the pathways are super different. You can see that farmland there turned into the market stalls that we liked, and then up on top of the hill there is of course the beautiful builds that he did up here as well. I love that the same pathway here just shows the complete transformation this entire village went under. Next up we are checking out Gemini Tay's village transformation. This one is very cool. As you can see, just starting off, she's already built some cool builds in the background there, but then she added this amazing custom tree, and it only gets better from here. She went through and transformed every building in this place, making them look really cool. I think some of them have kind of the woodland mansion feel that she built on Hermitcraft Season 8. She added in most of the professions as well. There are so many builds throughout this whole village. I love her use of wool, adding in some color to this area. Did a great job with the terraforming and the landscaping as well, with a lot of flowers, bushes, and of course the custom tree that she built in the middle. She of course then built up a windmill and then some farmland to go with it. I really like this style of windmill, a bit smaller than some of the others we've seen, but a thinner and very cool looking shape to it that I really like. That is pretty much all that we have for today's video though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed any of these Minecraft village transformations, definitely go and check out their channel so you can see them for yourself. Also, be sure to drop a like on the video, and if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button as well. We post a ton of different Minecraft content, from starter homes to village transformations and mega bases. There is so much here, so definitely stick around and check out some of our other videos. That is it though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.